here in South Carolina. South Carolina, for anyone, stop it, Justin Roberts. Jamie Noble defeated Heidenreich for 48, the king of the pre-show. He's back on the pre-show. Doesn't matter if he's a tag team champion. He goes where he wants. He wrestles where he wants, and he wanted to wrestle on the pre-show today. So,
are you sure you don't want a pre-show title? It seems like you're setting it up.
Maybe down the line. Jamie Noble putting in a 56, by the way. The guy is getting there. You wait till Jamie Noble's putting in 80s and 90s and defeating, Shawn Michaels and Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. We'll get there one day.
I mean, if that happens, that'd be the miracle story of like the most. I'd be speechless.
Let me just say this. I don't like doing spoilers, but let me pitch this to you. WrestleMania 21 ends with Jamie Noble defeating Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship, and then screaming to the back for Nydia to come back out, and they have a hug in the ring, and they end.
And then what happens? And then find out, and then he defects and comes to SmackDown.
Oh, anyway, good stuff from Jamie Noble. I'm pleased with that.
That's good.
We also have a second pre-show match. We wanted to team together Chavo with his bodyguard Matt Morgan to see if there's a team they would work and gel together. So let's have a look. Okay, not terrible. 62. Chavo really carries it, of course, with a 73. Matt, 36. He needs work. I'm aware of that. But he gets a win here. Chavo and Matt Morgan defeat Hurricane and Rosie for 62. Now, again, this is one of these matches. If I put this on the main show and it gets to 62, I'm happy. So,
yeah, I mean, 6-2 definitely. I mean, maybe a situation this shows that if you put him in more tag team matches and less like by himself, it might hopefully build him up a bit
carry
better.
him a bit, right? So yeah, let's see. He didn't bring it down too much here, but that's because Chavo's so good. But that's the idea, right? Someone who isn't very good with Matt Morgan, someone who's so good with Chavo, they're going to meet somewhere in the middle as a tag team. So,
but that's the hope, as you said. But
that's the hope.
But good. But anyway, good start though. 6-2 is good.
Okay, we're going to open the show with an in-ring segment between the Macho Man Randy Savage and John Bradshaw Layfield for an 83. Okay, it's not really exactly the level I'd want it to be, but we are aware that JBL isn't quite at that level. This is what the whole storyline and angle is going to be. We're building him up. So JBL makes his case here to the Macho Man that he wants to be the special guest referee at Judgment Day between Brock Lesnar and Kane. He knows he's in the main event for the WWE Championship, but he can pull double duty. It's not a problem. Because he says to Randy Savage, he needs someone who is going to be fair. Someone who has got the morals and the knowledge of this squared circle to make sure that these two monsters keep it controlled. Randy Savage says, you know what? I'll take it in mind. But, JBL, you need to focus. Because tonight, you are going one-on-one in the main event against Kane. After what happened last week where you attacked Shawn Michaels is not here. We'll be hearing from him via satellite later tonight. But tonight, you worry about the Big Red Machine. A big match made for the main event. Two big brawlers. Could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming JBL will not be happy with this match. I'm assuming.
No, clearly not. Clearly not 2 weeks before Judgment Day. Worth noting, by the way, after the main event of last week where, of course, Evolution destroyed Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler shouldn't be, if I've done it right, on commentary tonight. He's out nursing his injuries tonight. He'll be back next week. So Taz has joined JR on commentary tonight. I've got it written down, so I thought I'd say. Okay. First match of the night then is a match we built up over the last couple of weeks. A TV rivalry that's been going on between Matt Hardy and John Cena. So hopefully they can have a decent TV match. I mean, I'm looking for a 65 to 75 ratio, and I'll be happy. So let's see what they can do. 71, so right bang in the middle of that, really. So I'm happy with that. John Cena carries it for a 76 and gets the win with the FU. And anyone who thought Matt Hardy was winning this does not understand professional wrestling. 57 for Matt Hardy. Cena's the guy on the rise. Cena's the guy we're getting behind. And yeah, a really promising performance. The fact that Cena can carry a match like this now, I'm pretty sure we did Cena versus Hardy or Cena versus someone similar to Hardy of a level at the start of the save, and it would have got a 63. That shows Cena's progression.
Yeah, I mean, I would say If is it this is like the pet project, isn't it? Like kind of the slow build. Like it was that, and I think Batista you said was the one you wanted.
Those are the two. Which like I've got it in my head. Look, those two had major 2004s to build to 2005, where they broke into the main event scene. Right, WrestleMania 21 was their crowning glory, a moment. I don't know whether we'll do that at WrestleMania 21 myself. I don't know who necessarily is going to be the crowning glory, but if we can build them up to be that level, as in real life, it would be nice. And I think we're doing that. Batista's a little ahead of schedule, but Cena is kind of bang on schedule at the moment, so I'm happy with that. 76.
Yeah, good.
Very pleasing. Cena gets the clean win as well. FU for Matt Hardy. Afterwards, in traditional John Cena booking, Shannon Moore comes in to try and attack. And not great from Shannon Moore as he eats the FU as well. Not great of the segment, but the match itself did pretty well. And John Cena, FU to Matt Hardy in the match, FU to Shannon Moore. This is all about putting Cena over, which is kind of the whole point of the storyline. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the game's pretty harsh there. Just like that, it's brutal with that comment. Like look dreadful in the segment. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, but I mean, it is Shannon Moore though. So. Okay, we're going to go to not a backstage segment, an on location segment. I've got a couple of these over the next few episodes. The British Bruisers are in an Irish bar because why wouldn't they be? That's where they drink, right? You know,
right.
Drinking in an Irish bar and talking about their tag ambitions for a 69. Right? They're now together as a tag team. They're talking about the fact that maybe gold is the answer. Maybe that's where they end up. For now, though, they're happy with cracking skulls. 69 for this, which is a segment to set up a segment, is pretty nice. Like there's not a lot happening here. We just got them bit of comments between the two. The point is we're establishing that tonight they're out drinking. They're at a bar.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds very familiar. Like, we all know where this ends. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we do. Okay, 69, they're really, really good. Let's go to a Goldberg promo on Randy Orton for 81. That's better than Goldberg could ever do a promo, so the game is obviously long. He says what Randy Orton did last week to a legend like Jerry the King Lawler is evil. Evil. And Goldberg is so angry right now. He can't wait until Judgment Day. He needs to take his anger out on somebody, anybody right now. So he heads to the ring, and who is going to be the unfortunate soul who fancies taking on Goldberg? A very angry, very irate Goldberg. Well, it's only going to be one man, isn't it? Poor Rob Conway. Poor Rob Conway. He's an idiot. He comes out cocky on the mic that he knows he's going to beat Goldberg. He's going to take advantage. And, well, it doesn't work out for Rob Conway, as you can see. Only about 4 minutes, spear. It would have been less than that, realistically, to be fair. 84 from Goldberg's good. 44 from Conway brings it down. 67's about where you'd expect. It's a short match, just to storyline put over the fact that Goldberg is furious, basically.
That's the job, so...
Yeah, that's it, really. It does the job. We will have better matches. We will have better squashes, but gets the point across. That's the idea.
I think we sometimes forget. I mean, I sometimes do. Sometimes not every match can be world class. Sometimes the match is either good or just does a simple task. And this one does that. So
I think, and this is probably a little bit off topic, but I think that's the point of like where NXT for a while went wrong, because things were so good that the great stuff just became that was all right.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I agree with that. I mean, early NXT. I think we had a perfect, well, not a perfect balance, but had a better balance. We did have a lot of matches where we were just like, it's fine, does the job, it enhances the storyline. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, fine, does the job, move on.
So that's exactly what we've done here. Afterwards, Goldberg says that weren't enough, and he calls out Randy Orton. Right? He wants Randy Orton right now for a 91 segment. There we go. There's the big number.
No surprise there.
But Randy Orton doesn't come out. Evolution's music hits, and Batista and Ric Flair come out instead. Standing on the stage, walking down to the ring. Okay? But Goldberg can feel it coming now. Remember, a few weeks ago, Goldberg attacked Randy Orton from behind. Sneaked through and hit the spear. Goldberg can feel it coming. Goldberg knows what's coming. And Goldberg turns away from Batista and Ric Flair and catches Randy Orton as he's trying to sneak through the ropes to attack from behind, and stops the RKO, ducks the RKO, gets the spear again. Goldberg lays out Orton, who's dragged out by Evolution. The plan didn't work for Randy Orton tonight. He tried to be clever. Goldberg's got too much experience for that, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I always sometimes annoys you with faces in this sense. Sometimes you would have thought they would have learned from his past mistakes, and I kind of like that Goldberg's like, you know what, you tried that once, you won't get away with it again. So yeah, but 91, no surprise. Who's involved? I'm not surprised by that score.
No. Okay, so let's go back to the bar, shall we? They're drinking away, they're enjoying themselves. They also made themselves a target by announcing where they were, basically. So TNA come in for the big bar brawl. We all knew where it was going. It's the only place it can go.
I'm surprised you don't do like a little thing, like you wouldn't do it obviously, but I would love to see it if it ever was a segment where like you're sitting there watching this and then you got JBL looking at that like, backstage going, I'm glad them times are part of that. Those times are beyond me, right?
I know. What's worth noticing here? Look, they're at an Irish bar, so this is the British Bruisers' home turf. And TNA kind of made a mistake here by going for it because, look, British Brawlers know their surroundings, they know the weapons that are there, and yeah, the faces stand tall. It may have been an attack that started by the heels, but it's finished by Dave Finlay and William Regal.
Yeah.
Because I cannot in my head understand the idea that Test and A-Train, despite being big dominant blokes, right, they can beat up Finlay and Regal in a bar. Just can't see it.
Well, no, because it's like in a fair fight. Maybe, but when they're in their own environment in places where you've got like, I'm assuming it's a kind of bar has pool cues, stools, all that, glass. Well, obviously glasses, obviously. Like let's see, they can use all these weapons against them. Obviously, they're going to have the advantage. So, yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. But and to be fair, seeing testing out A-Train getting taken out by Finlay and William Regal is kind of fun. So.
We are building to a match, and I think we're going to do British Bruisers versus TNA on the pay-per-view. Is the plan. So let's see where we go with that. 65, good stuff. Okay, so let's go from there to Chavo Guerrero coming out. Chavo Guerrero comes out to do well, he's going to sit at ringside with, of course, his bodyguard standing over his shoulder. Why is he here, though? Why is he here? He's here to watch the tag match next. More to come on this one. The tag match, though, is High Risk against Kyo Dai, and High Risk pick up the victory for 55. That's promising. 55 for these guys. That is really promising.
But what were you thinking with this one? What was your worst fear?
I thought it might have been sort of 40s.
No, I mean, I'm sure we've done this match on the pre-show many times, and it's got around about this number.
Paul London really carries it. Paul London is starting to become a top worker, which is good. And look, the idea here is the Cruiserweight Champion's here to watch because High Risk we're going to put into the Cruiserweight division for a bit. They're not quite ready to be tag teams. Now that we've bolstered the Raw tag team division with the likes of the British Bruisers, we're starting to use TNA more. Jindrak and Cade. We've got the Knockout Artists, and then Ray and Kidman are now back together as a tag team. Putting High Risk into the Cruiserweight division where they can shine a little bit might be a good idea.
Well, I mean, especially for Paul London's getting numbers. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you do with him. But that's good.
Okay. We go to break. We come back from break to the backstage area where High Risk is celebrating. When in walks their now manager, remember, Shane McMahon for a 73. 73, the boost of Shane McMahon and other people off screen. Because Shane says, look, I've got you an opportunity. That's what I've done. As your manager, I've gone out there and I've got you an opportunity next week. Next week, you two, with a partner that we will choose, will face off against Evolution. Now think about it, a big 6-man tag on a go-home show for a pay-per-view. Boys, this is the moment, the opportunity to really make a name for yourself. That's the idea of what we're going with here. To set up a 6-man tag next week. A chance.
Yeah, I mean, he's got McMahon blood, so he knows how to.
73 for this is really promising, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want to say, but yeah. I mean, just good to see shit. It looks like he's kind of doing what you would hope that Bischoff was trying to do with who was it again?
Jindrak
The other team.
Cade, yeah.
Yeah,
we're trying to get managers involved. Maybe a little bit too much, but we'll see. Right, let's go to that satellite interview, shall we? Shawn Michaels from his home in Texas will be talking about JBL for a 97.
It's not that surprised. You can't be that surprised.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. We've got to change it. We've got to tweak his gimmicks. So got to give him his gates tail. Remember, I've got to remember to do that. Shawn says, you know what? He's underestimated JBL. He admits it. He always thought of JBL as the drinking brawler. But he's not. He's not. That was never who JBL was. Now JBL has shown himself. JBL's shown himself as the smart, calculating, just psychopath. And last week was a wake-up call for Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels says he made a mistake. He tells JBL he made a mistake. JBL has made a mistake, if that makes sense, because JBL has peaked early. Right? JBL should have waited to the pay-per-view, and Shawn Michaels may just have gone into the pay-per-view thinking it was going to be easy work, and JBL would have come out WWE champion. That's what Shawn Michaels says here, right? And Shawn Michaels says, your mistake was doing it too early, because I will never take you lightly again. And you will get the very, very best of Shawn Michaels at Judgment Day. I like the idea that JBL now has come from mid-card to batting in the main event. And I like the idea that someone who's been a main eventer for so long, like Shawn Michaels, just looks at JBL and goes, nah, I've got this. Now, JBL's going to get the full Shawn Michaels experience, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think... I do like the idea of kind of like you underestimating him, because at the time you would, if you just come, was it? This has been like a month and a bit.
Yeah.
You would think the guy's like inexperienced in the top level, like that level. Shawn would underestimate him. So, yeah, I like it. But 97. I mean, I'm not that surprised. I mean, because they get Shawn Michaels, isn't he like the best numbers in the saves? So it's not surprised you're getting good numbers like that.
Yeah, we'll have to tweak his gimmick, but that's fine. Should we find out how AJ Styles is going to get on his Raw debut, his in-ring debut even? It's Booker T, AJ Styles against Jindrak and Cade. This is an unknown one. Booker will hopefully carry it. Jindrak and Cade won't put in the greatest performance, but I'm really interested to see how AJ Styles does, and if there's a place for him to really get behind. So let's find out. The match itself gets a 76 and AJ puts in a 70. Wow. Welcome to the big time, AJ Styles, and welcome big time, because as a tag team, Booker and AJ, there's a bit of potential to them, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see do like. I mean, a tag team obviously can be sometimes I can't really use the words, but it's different in tag team. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if we can get like that 70 in like a singles match.
I do want to try a big singles match and see how he gets on. But 85 from Booker carries it as we expected. 70 from Styles is brilliant. 50 apiece for the heels. Yeah, it's kind of better than I thought, but it is what it is. Booker T pins Garrison Cade with a scissors kick. Booker and AJ, you can't lose this match. Do you know what I mean? This is a TV feud to put Booker and AJ together and see where they're going to go going forward. I'm really, really excited by the tag team division now. The tag team division is so different to what it was when we started to save on Raw right now. So we've got a lot to work with knockout artists as champs. You've still got Evolution. You've got Booker and AJ. You've got Ray and Kidman. There are lots, I mean, the British Bruisers as well, TNA. There's lots of different acts that we can make work. And if we can make the tag team division suddenly become an upper mid-card division, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The shows will be better for it. So I'm really, really happy with that. 76, really happy. Let's go backstage where the knockout artists are chilling in their room after the pre-show champion. No, sorry, spoilers. The pre-show king himself. I'm joking. Jamie Noble had won it tonight. In walks Billy Kidman. Now, of course, last week the knockout artists laughed at the idea of the Filthy Animals taking them on for the tag champs. The idea that two little cruiserweights like Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman can beat the Big Show. I know Jamie Noble's small, but Jamie Noble's going to be like, you ain't going to beat him. No chance. This isn't about Jamie Noble, quite frankly.
It's like he's hype man. He's hype man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He knows he's got Big Show on his side, so it's like he's cocky because he's got the Big Show as his partner. So as you would be.
Kidman walks into the office. 82 for this, very good. Even though Billy Kidman was awful, apparently. Kidman says, "You know what?
Brutal.
We didn't like it last week. Of course we didn't. We don't like, being insulted like that. I know Ray wants a piece of you, but I've spoken to him because I want a piece first." Billy Kidman challenges the Big Show for a match next week, and the Big Show accepts Billy Kidman.
What are you thinking?
That may be a mistake. It's not a great performance from him, but that...
About 82.
Yeah, Big Show carries it, so let's see if he can carry the match next week. It's going to be hopefully a decent match. Do you know what I mean? Power versus speed. Big Show and Ray is going to be the better match. We know that if and when we eventually do it, but I feel like we should save that a bit more. That's a big match, so let's not give it away too much. Kane then will cut a promo on Brock Lesnar ahead of the main event for an 80... Oh, no, we won't. We didn't do the Kane promo. We're just going to go straight to the main event, are we? Well done, me. 88, though, for these guys. We had a wild brawl, and JBL beats Kane clean.
So it's similar to what I did with mine a couple of weeks ago, my one, where we took a risk, and it's paid off.
It has paid off pretty well there. Look, JBL well suited to the match. Kane's not a bad brawler at all. Hot crowd helped. I'm pretty pleased with all this. And JBL get in. Let's not make it. Let's not play it down. JBL clean victory over Kane. There's no taker here, of course, still. Or is there? We'll see. Kane, a clean defeat for Kane will just help JBL so much going into this pay-per-view match.
Yeah,
I'm really intrigued to see what the popularity boost will be.
So I'm intrigued to see, because obviously this could be another one of your success stories with someone you've just kind of built up slowly, and it's just like it's working out very well. So.
Well, this is the thing. We knew this with Batista. We kind of found out from Batista by accident that if you get this mid-card talent clean victories over main event guys, he's going to get boosted up. You know what I mean? Batista beat Kane. Batista beat Goldberg. And all of a sudden he was through the roof. JBL's beating Kane tonight, so let's see what happens. And a very good brawl to end the show. I took a chance, it worked out. We're not quite done though, because JBL and Brock Lesnar will tease the beatdown of Kane here. JBL's already got the victory. Kane will sit up though. So JBL and Brock Lesnar will sit outside the ring. Well, they will sort of get on the... And Orlando Jordan, why not? They will get on the apron, look like they're about to attack Kane, when out runs Randy Savage on the mic going, no. JBL, no. You are trying to take away a major Raw match from the pay-per-view, and I will not let this happen. Right? Savage sees what JBL's going to do. He's going to put Kane out, and it's no Kane versus Brock Lesnar, right? We all can all see where that's going. And no. Randy Savage is not having it. And he says that is not the behaviour of a special referee. So you will not be the special guest referee. This man will be. Gong. That's right. And The Undertaker returns, cleans house on JBL, Brock and Orlando. And as Randy Savage has just said, it'll now be Kane versus Brock Lesnar in a street fight, I think is what we said, with The Undertaker as a special ref or special enforcer type role. I don't know if he'll be the actual ref, thinking about it, but he'll probably be the enforcer. He's done it before. 91 to end the show. It's a way to bring back Taker after a couple of weeks off. And it's a way to look, it's a way to hold off on The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, which we will be doing as a major pay-per-view match. Let's do Kane first, but let's make sure that the Taker star power is involved as well. So, yeah. That's the end of the show, so I'm pretty pleased with the whole main event scene, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to see, obviously, if we know how this game works, in theory, you should get, I could see you getting a high 90 again for this.
I think we're looking around the same sort of 86, 87 level, but I'll be happy with that because we've done some testing stuff as well. So let's find out. Monday Night Raw, week 3 of May, gets us a 92. That 97, remember, though. I forgot about the 97. I forgot about that, yeah. It's probably about right with the average. It's a good show. The good stuff was fantastic. Really good angle with Goldberg and Evolution.
Yeah.
Really good Shawn Michaels promo. And then a great main event and post-match angle. The rest of it was good as expected, or slightly better than expected in some cases. So, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. We're starting to build up some guys. John Cena. We're starting to build up guys like High Risk and AJ Styles. Some of the heels too. And we're pushing JBL to that next level. Like, there's no Brock Lesnar on this show. There's no Shawn Michaels on this show in terms of like wrestling. And there's no The Undertaker on this show. And we've still got a 92. No Randy Orton or Revolution either, actually. I'm pleased. That shows the strength and depth we're starting to find, basically.
Yeah, well, not surprising really, because we've just been hitting top gear the last couple of weeks, so it's not surprising it's getting these kind of scores, to be fair.
Okay, well, let's see what SmackDown's got. You have to win this week. No, by the way.
Okay. I love the way this, like, you get a couple of wins and you get to be like, hockey, don't you?
No, genuinely, for the month, for you to get the main event, you have to win. You draw tonight, it goes on to the next episode, and then you might be able to get a draw overall. So I'm only 1-0 up, but let's see if we can make it 2. Let's try something.
Clap. Very annoyingly loud clap. Where is my booking? Is that it? Yeah, it is. Is that the right one? Yes, it is.
Ready?
Recording. I think I'm all good. Yes, I'm good to go. Okay. Let's go for it.
All right, 92 to beat. We start on the pre-show with SmackDown. CM Punk getting a win over John Hennigan. Of course, Johnny Nitro, or John Morrison, Johnny Impact, Johnny Lucha, Johnny Ring of Honor, Johnny AEW, whatever. He's probably been everything. But yeah, we're going to see what he's like here. We've just brought him up from developmental for the night. He's not a call-up officially, but it's interesting to know that CM Punk and Hennigan have great chemistry. Punk defeats him, of course.
Yeah, well, that's forgot. He wins by obviously Deathlock DT. That could be anything, or Pepsi Plunge if you want to go that, because I love that move. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I can win the match of the month, maybe I might call him up, because it could be interesting. If that's a big if.
38, he needs a bit of work, but as most developmental wrestlers do, he's probably wrestling wise there though. Like, he's like, to put in a 38 is his level, so that says that wrestling wise he's there. He just needs the popularity. So yeah, he wouldn't be a bad option to bring up. There's a few. We should have a look at them all really. So yeah, let's go to the next pre-show match, tag match in the women's division, and a win for Ivory and Tori over Dawn Marie and Nydia. Again, sort of 50s level. That's not bad.
I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it said obviously Tori Wilson's getting 61. There's no surprise. She kind of is like high rating of the kind of women's division. But yeah, like someone like, I think, was it Dawn Marie getting 40 and like, Ivory getting 40. Like if you were to put against like Trish or Lita, they would do well. As we've seen previously. It should be Ivory at least. But yeah, happy with that.
Okay, let's go. Opening the show with an irate Kurt Angle calling out Edge for a 92.
Excellent. Wow. This is how you start the show. But yeah, this one I'm kind of started out, as you said. Kurt Angle is absolutely livid. Isn't happy because obviously last week you got Edge calling him a coward. And if it's one thing you should never call anyone, especially Kurt Angle, about a man of his his pride, never call him a coward. So yeah, it's kind of that. He comes to the ring, says he calls out Edge, sitting there going, "I'm not a coward. Get your ass out. I'm gonna tell you to your face my answer." And Edge comes out, and Edge is like, "Okay, Kurt, you wait to give me your answer." And then it's just Kurt basically looks intensely and then goes to Edge, speaks to, "If you speak to me like that again, I'm gonna destroy you. But for your offer, you're on." So the match is set. We have a 2 out of 3 falls match between Edge and Kurt Angle next week, but you would think that would just be the end of it. But Kurt Angle has kind of had a plan. He has kind of got, as we've been seeing the last couple of weeks, he's got help from his former team, as you would say, in Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the world's great tag team. Comes from behind, attacks Edge. It's a 3-on-1 beatdown. And obviously RVD comes out for the save. obviously, because obviously he has his business with Shelton Benjamin last couple of weeks. Yeah, cleans the ring. Was it there? Was it Curtin? And was got his tag team once outside the ring. RVD and Edge, inside the ring. Yeah, sets up and could possibly sets up was it a tag team match later on. So, but yeah, pretty simple here. But what we get away from it is we've got a 2 out of 3 falls match is in the books, is set. So that's going to be an interesting match.
Okay, let's go to the first match of the night then. Mark Henry has got himself well and truly into title contention. Stevie Richards has not, so can you guess the results?
Yeah, as you expect, Stevie Richards wins. Oh no, that's not what happened. Mark Henry just basically destroys him. I put him up, said just pretty standard match. Mark Henry just make Mark Henry look good. Well, it says world's strongest splash, but I'm going world's strongest slam as always. This is movie wins 57. Yeah, 6-3.
It's solid. Like Mark Henry putting in a 63 is good. If he can put in a 63 against Eddie, who will hopefully put in like an 85, 90, you may get a good sort of late 70s, early 80s match out of it. Which is what you want from this sort of match, right? So,
yeah, I would say it's kind of feud that you were not expecting, like the kind of numbers we're getting, like Triple H, Kurt, and all that. It's kind of got to try something else. But yeah, obviously after this, obviously Mark Henry gets the win. But again, what happens after that is the kind of the big thing. For an 87, lovely. Yeah, so basically, this one is basically because obviously Mark Henry, what he did last week. Eddie is not happy, as you expect. Obviously, Mark Henry's just celebrating his win, and out of nowhere, Kurt Angle comes down the ramp. Mark Henry's obviously Eddie's got a steel chair. That's just to point out. Coming down the ring, Latino Heat is fired up. He's not happy. But then Mark Henry tries to get out of there as quickly as possible, and the kind of segment is basically Mark Henry trying to get away from Eddie, and Eddie chasing him. So, what could that mean?
Well, what could that mean? Let's move on to the next segment, though. Triple H cutting a promo on Lance Storm, only for a 71. Triple H not quite. Maybe it was a rambling promo from Triple H.
I mean, or maybe he's just really annoyed because he's going against Lance Storm in a feud, so he's putting below par performances, and that's not on Triple H. You can't
get the shovel out, Triple H. Get the shovel out.
Yeah, here comes the burial. Anyway, basically it's a simple promo saying he's had enough of Lance Storm. He's fed up of, and tonight his opponent is going to send a message to show people and to the people at the back. This is what happens when you step foot in the ring with me. And also what happens when you get in my business. So, this is Triple H in his one match is going to send a message to Lance Storm.
Okay. Send a message. Let's see if he does, though. It's Triple H versus Val Venus, who is, well, look, he may be a porn star, but he's not going to shoot his shot here. So let's 81. He got an 81 out of Val Venus. My God.
I've got to be honest, I'm really happy.
They have great chemistry.
That's not.
To be fair, Triple H also had great chemistry with another person who went on to be a porn star as well. But
you had to go there, didn't you?
I'm
had to go there, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
Had to go there. To be fair, I should have known better though, because you kind of set yourself up for that joke, didn't you?
Well, it was one night, all right. One night in China. Leave it alone. Right, moving on.
Anyway, basically, okay, we're going to talk about this. Okay, so basically, simple match. Triple H in control for most of it. Venus, it gets back into it, that kind of stuff. But Triple H wins. It's too much for Venus. Gets pedigree, gets the win. But as always, so afterwards, that's the big talking point. 79. That's fine. I mean, apparently Triple H is off his game today.
It's kind of about Triple H was on his game. Val Venus was off his game, but Val Venus being part of it. Because when you got Venus part of the storyline, it's all right. It's not bad. It's better than I thought it would be. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, and obviously Lance Storm, I try to build him up, but again, he's like a slow build. But yeah, this is kind of simple. We've got Triple H beats down Val Venus after the match. Again, he said he's sending a message to Lance Storm, and then obviously Lance Storm comes out, they fight, and I like the idea of Triple H. Basically, I don't think Triple H has been laid out yet, in a sense, someone taking him out. So I like the idea of Lance Storm comes in the ring and just out of nowhere just hits that super kick he does. Triple H is laid out, And then you look at, and everyone's like you got comments, you go, all right, this is a big deal. Former world champion, and Lance just comes in and super kicks him and takes him out. So then we just end with kind of like kind of Lance Storm, like kind of don't underestimate it, really intentionally looking at, pointing at kind of Triple H, ending kind of like, yeah, Lance Storm is pissed, Lance Storm is focused, and Triple H should be scared and worried.
Speaking of someone who should be scared and worried, Scott Steiner. 73, this did worse than I thought it would actually.
Yeah, it's fine now. I mean, it's not a bit the end of the world. I mean, it seems to be, again, this is, again, as we set up earlier, Eddie's on a warpath. Obviously, Mark Henry is kind of a bit paranoid after this, because obviously Eddie Guerrero has got those, basically when he's in that kind of mood, you want to stay out of his way, right? So kind of, so he's a bit paranoid, and then they're in the dressing room, and then kind of, they hear something outside of the dressing room, and everyone's like, okay. And then obviously, as Mark Henry's like, Scott, you go and check it out. Check what it is. But I like the idea of like, like sometimes when people leave the room, normally the camera follows them. But in this case, they don't. They literally, like, Scott's going just goes out of the shot, and then all of a sudden, you just forget about it for like a minute or so, because you're focusing on Mark Henry and what he's talking about, and then all of a sudden you hear like a struggle between obviously Scott Steiner and someone with like this. It sounds like a noise that he's fighting someone. Right. And then obviously they go, oh my God, go out of the ring. Obviously now the camera follows them. Out dressing room, camera follows them, and then where's Scott Steiner? Nowhere to be seen. Shout his name, Scott. Where are you? Nope. So, what's happened to Scott Steiner?
What has happened to Scott Steiner? Those are words I never thought I'd care about. Okay. Victoria's backstage though, and Victoria backstage on Smackdown. That's a dangerous place to be, isn't it? Oh my God, everyone's involved.
Everyone. Even Mick decided to turn up right at the end.
Even Mick turned up with Barbie cleaning her. Not joking.
Disgraceful. Anyway, so basically it's just Victoria's interviewed about Molly Holly. But before she can even say a word, you've got Molly Holly, Jazz, Gail Kim attacking was it Victoria? Obviously they've got it's been a big match next week in the cage match, so obviously Molly Holly wants the advantage. But I like the idea that kind of like it's Jazz and it's Molly Holly that's really doing the attack, trying to take out Victoria, but like Gail Kim's like kind of resistant to it. She's kind of like standing going like, why are we doing this? I'm not comfortable doing this. And obviously Molly Holly being like kind of like, as we're trying to kind of put across that kind of she's in charge, obviously. She kind of like stops, looks face to face, and then literally slaps her in the face to try and like say, no, you work for me, right? So you got to get help out with this beat down, and reluctantly obviously Gail Kim kind of does. But then obviously before they can get back into beating down Victoria, Lita obviously got Trish Stratus, and even Jacqueline once it comes on as well. So basically it starts the whole brawl, and then obviously you got Mick Foley. Doesn't like fighting backstage, so he's there saying breaking it up with security, and then sets up and he says, you know what, had enough of this. All six of you are going to be in a tag match tonight, and that match is next.
I love the idea of Mick Foley being like, no, fighting backstage is not on. It either happens in that ring or in that boiler room, but that's it.
I mean, I got to be honest, that rule kind of has been a bit loosely changed.
Yeah. All right,
but I try my best. Mick, he tries his best, man. It's a tough job. He can't keep in control of everything, can he?
That's kind of the storyline, right? Let's see how the 6-woman tag gets on then. It gets a 66.
Very nice. Let's have a look. So we got, obviously no surprise, high scores are Trish and Trish, Molly.
Trish, Lita and Molly are top three.
But they're the big names in the women's division, to be fair. But yeah, I mean Gail Kim getting good 46. 46, yeah. But yeah, this is nothing really. It's good. It's a good tag team match. It's kind of to make everyone look good. But Victoria wins by hitting hitting up. I always get it wrong. Like
Widow's Peak.
I gotta remember that. Willow's Peak finisher on Gail Kim, being a sacrificial lamb this time. So ends. But yeah, basically, face team gets the win. But again, seems to be that thing. It's what happens afterwards.
Yeah,
it's what happens afterwards.
57. Not bad.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not expecting crazy numbers for this kind of feud. It's kind of I don't know if this game was just me. I'm big in this matchup a bit more than the actual game would give credit for.
It'll probably help the popularity eventually.
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, this is kind of supposed to be the big it's supposed to be a huge feud in the women's division.
Right.
Obviously, the score doesn't reflect that at times, but it is supposed to be this thing. People want Victoria to literally destroy Molly Holly, all the stuff she's done. But this one I kind of like. I like this. Basically, after this, obviously we've got, as you expect, obviously got this team. Jazz comes in. We got Brawl. It's chaos. What do you expect when you got that kind of stuff? But what I like here is we got Molly Holly's finds a way to go to the outside, gets the chair, and then hits Victoria's knee, the exact knee that she took out all those months ago. So to kind of make it go full circle, and then obviously she injured that knee, and then just put insult to injury. Molly Holly, Victoria gets up, saying doesn't take her down. And then a straight chair shot straight to the face. Takes her out. Obviously, if one thing I like about the character I've done for Molly Holly is she's very vicious. We've got a vicious Molly Holly. And she stands tall. So has she done enough damage that might give her the advantages in the cage match? We'll find out obviously next week. But yeah, Molly Holly's stands tall here.
Okay, let's check in with Team Angle. Oh, well, that's what they used to be called anyway. 73 for Kurt Shelton and Charlie Haas.
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, I think for this is go backstage. You got Kurt kind of. I like the idea that Kurt's kind of barking orders. Kurt's think it's he's in date. He's thinking it's back to 2003 where he's in charge, right? And this is how we're gonna win. This is gonna go how we win. And then Shelton's like, wait a minute, you're not in charge anymore. We don't. In charge. You're not in charge anymore, Kurt. I'm in charge of the World's Great Tag Team. This is my team, that kind of stuff. And then it kind of they face off because obviously it's tension. But then obviously Paul Heyman's obviously didn't put him there, but Paul Heyman's there. He's basically the voice of reason, as you expect, kind of defusing the situation, kind of breaking it up, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, we can't remember that the World's Great Tag Team and Kurt Angle didn't end on friendly terms. So
yeah, let's play into that.
Yeah, and I like the idea of Paul Heyman, as he always does with these teams, is always that kind of stuff. He's always that guy trying to break things up. So, so just, again, a little bit of tension going into that match.
All right, so that's the team with tension. Talk about another team with tension. Vitamin C got a promo on the Dudleys ahead of the big match right now, the number one contenders tag team match.
So basically the situation of obviously got Christian last week kind of set up this match. But Chris wasn't really infused about going after the tag titles or getting number contendership for the tag titles anyway. So we got Kurt. Christian kind of you up for this, man? We can do this. We're gonna win gold again, getting pumped. And then kind of Chris, Jericho's basically he's had enough. Do you know who we are? Seriously, why? He's questioning why are we going for the tag titles? You and me should be going for the world title. And then kind of walks off with Christian kind of not happy with what he just said, either thinking he's got a point or just really furious that he's done all this stuff for Chris Jericho and doesn't seem to be appreciated. So
doesn't seem to be appreciated. 70 for that is okay, could have been better. Let's see how the match itself does then. Dudley Boys versus Vitamin C. We've made this the Wild Brawl, so let's see how that has. Who will be the number one contenders to the World Greatest Tag Team titles? That was a lot to say. Let's find out. The match itself gets a 83.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, what we're expecting. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I was expecting that kind of level anyway. Obviously, we could be in an amazing world where we get 88s, 87s, but it kind of works what I want to do anyway. But this kind of match, the way I put this is it's a really good match. These teams obviously know each other very well, so it would be that kind of good match anyway. But the way I've done this is end the match with kind of you've got Chris Jericho trying to get the tag on Christian. Christian's got his hand out, literally going, he's waiting for the tag, and then Christian pulls the hand away, and then Chris Jericho's looks and goes, what the hell, jumps off the apron and starts walking down the ramp. Jericho is shocked. He doesn't know what's going on. Obviously, he does forget that there's still in a match. Turns around, 3D by the Dudleys. Obviously, we've put what was it? I think Bubba Ray gets the pin on Jericho. 1, 2, 3. The Dudleys are the number one contenders. But as you can probably guess, that's not really the story coming out of this match.
It'll get better once the turn's official. As you can see, all I got to say to this is Christian. At last, you're on.
Well, you know what the first question's going to be out of it. Right. Every time someone turns on someone, everyone knows what the question is.
Why, Christian? Why? We're turning Chris Jericho face, then, are we?
Yes, we are. Just as ironically, in that promo we did before the match, you did say his gimmick was getting stale. I don't know if that was planted.
I saw that. So this is good timing. Let's see what the babyface turn does. It does a good gimmick, a cocky face of Jericho. It's about right. And the turn, there's been a few turns lately, to be fair. So the fans will get used to it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I mean, I've only done 2. Actually, no. I've done.
You got to remember, it's the whole company as well. So any turns I've done as well.
All right, so we're doing too many turns apparently. To get the crowd can't get used to it.
That's right. This has been built fine. So 73. Jericho and Christian going forward excites me. I am very excited because they had a great feud in 2004, a little earlier than you're doing it. Obviously, they had the WrestleMania match with Trish involved and etc. Let's see what you can do here. This should be interesting. 73 is it'll get better.
And to be fair, it said it should be. If you look about what they are as tag team, imagine the matches are probably a really good score. I think it's early on in a feud, and also I haven't put this as a storyline yet, so that might also probably bring it down as well. Probably right.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go with backstage. Eddie Guerrero's having more fun with Mark Henry for a 76 better. Yeah,
good. Obviously we've set up. Mark Henry's basically on the run, running scared. Obviously, I could probably give you. Obviously, it's not going to be surprised anyone. Scott Steiner's disappeared. I'll give you a clue who was in fault to that.
Wait. Let me guess. Heidenreich.
No, wrong show.
Giant Gonzalez.
So close.
Retribution.
Time travel. I don't think we've ever tried that in wrestling.
Is it the NXT parking lot? Kevin Owens.
Again, time machine. We haven't got one.
Just tell me.
Teddy Guerrero, of course, guy.
Sorry, I saw that coming. Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I just wanted to see what kind of names came out at the top of your head, to see what game. But but obviously that's just to kind of point out they don't say that on this promo and stuff. It's just kind of implied. Obviously we cut to backstage. Kind of Mark Henry, basically on his way out. He's had enough of this. He wants to get the hell out of this arena. With Eddie on a warpath. It's obviously for his title match. He doesn't want to get nothing to go wrong. For this kind of thing, this kind of segment I've totally ripped off from an Eddie Guerrero thing he done years ago. Ironically, on the same year, obviously they came in a limo, turns up to the limo, give you a clue what happens. Guess what the limo does not have now? Any wheels, because someone has taken the wheels off the limo. Obviously, Mark Henry is absolutely fuming. And then obviously just when you thought again. For the take of story, got who could do this? We obviously know who done it, but who did this? And then all of a sudden we cut to Eddie Guerrero coming down the ramp with the wheel.
Because kids, what does Eddie Guerrero do? He lies, he cheats, and he steals. He steals that.
If it's one thing I love about wrestling, sometimes is like a gimmick that should be mildly kind of offensive and kind of really bad. Only Eddie Guerrero is the only one that can really make it work.
There you go. Yeah, he does.
But I can't be the only one that sometimes goes on YouTube and watches back Eddie Guerrero segments because it's so entertaining. So, and to be fair to Eddie, I haven't used him like this yet. I've kind of used him more of a kind of like, he's pissed and type thing. But I think what made Eddie so lovable was his kind of, these kind of segments when he's doing that stuff like that.
Yeah.
That and that stuff he done with Kurt. But yeah, basically what it is like that. He's got yeah, he's got the will. Goes to the ring, kind of goating, kind of Mark Henry, to get, come to the ring, calling him out. But obviously Mark Henry's he's gone from being scared, paranoid to after him doing that to these limos, he's fuming, and it kind of similar. Again, I've been watching early Smackdown as well. Similar to what when I think Taker did once, where trying to get Brock to Brock to goat him to come to the ring, or Big Show to come to the ring, and Paul Heyman's trying to stop him. I want a similar thing here with Mark Henry going to the ring, and he got Teddy Long kind of saying, no, this is what he wants. This is what he wants. And kind of he gets to the ring. There's a fight. Eddie Guerrero hits him. Where again, another shot to the face with the chair. Seems to be a theme going on tonight, this week. Takes him on for I would say, I said bloody mess, but busts him open, type thing. And then we end the segment with Eddie. He's on top. He's Mark Henry's unleashed a side of Eddie Guerrero that, again, you don't want to release that side of Eddie Guerrero. So, yeah, hopefully that explained it quite well. But yeah, I ripped off that thing he done with JBL.
It works.
That I think
it works.
It works.
Billy and Chuck cut a promo on La Resistance ahead of their match. 41.
That's fine. To be fair, I was expecting it because I don't use them as much in the kind of level. The match probably will be alright, but it's fine. Nothing really crazy here. Just talking about just basically they want to prove people wrong, showing people that show people as a tag team they're probably one of the best tag teams out there. And just gonna tonight La Resistance. What they said about them is totally wrong, and we're going to say I'm going to prove it tonight. That they're better than them in the ring in every way in that tag team match. So
do they though? La Resistance versus Billy and Chuck gets a 53, and Billy Gunn gets the win for his team.
Yeah, again, I love the idea of Billy. So this game's so weird. I love the way he does a cold red. The idea of seeing Billy Gunn do a cold red on actually, we'll pay good mind to see that. Just because you would just be like, how? But anyway, the point is, he got the famous finisher, Billy Gunn. But yeah, this is nothing really in storyline in a sense. It's just kind of I have to start building tag team division a little bit, because obviously my tag champs are kind of in the more high top tier of the kind of show. So I need to start building up the tag division a little bit more. So this is kind of a feud that, again, it's not just a one and done feud. It's going to be like a long standing feud. So, but obviously, obviously the best thing happened was La Resistance or when AJ become a tag team, because he's getting better numbers and doing better. So so La Resistance get a win.
Right, before the main event, Rob Van Dam and Edge cut a promo for 71, talking about their opponents. Yeah,
so it's kind of what's got with Edge talking about how they know what their opponents are planning. They want to take them out before their big matches. They want to make sure they're injured. They're out of the way. So when they have their matches, they're weakened. But that's not going to happen tonight. I mean, only thing that's going to happen tonight is it's not going to be us getting a beat down. It's going to be Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle are going to get a beat down. They're going to be the ones that are going to be beaten down. So it's kind of big talk from Van Dam and Edge here. So they know their plan, and they're not going to let it happen.
Well, let's see if their plan works out. The main event: Van Dam and Edge against Shelton and Kurt Angle for an 80, and Kurt Angle sustained a broken toe.
So this has gone completely wrong. It's fine.
Edge and Van Dam don't work as a team.
Weren't they a team before?
Well, the game's decided they don't work as a team. It's random.
It's game's turn on, isn't it? But it's fine. That's fine. I mean, to be fair, I put amazing match. All four men finished with Edge hitting the spear on. Was it Edge hitting the spear on Shelton Benjamin, and then obviously 5-star frog splash by was it RVD to get the win. Obviously they put spear here, but it's not really important. But again, I don't know what to expect. I don't know why I was expecting. I mean, that sounds around about fair.
Yeah, Edge's performances are very hit and miss at times. One week he'll be the best wrestler in the world, and the next week not so much. His consistency isn't quite there yet, which is kind of right for 2004. Kurt Angle carried it, but the broken toe. We'll take a look at that after the match, after the show, because that may be a problem. Let's see how the post-match segment does anyway. 80 for the match. Post-match, thanks, Dean, for an 84, so better.
Yeah, I've got a feeling I'll be surprised if I get a good score for this. Or it doesn't matter. But so basically after this, obviously got the win. But obviously Kurt comes from the outside, picks up the ring bell. For some different object than just a pipe and some chair, just to mix it up a little bit. Hits both Edge and RVD, leaving them in. Again, it seems to be my theme with this whole show: people leaving in the pool of their own blood. It's a very violent show, as you can probably guess. Kurt Angle stands tall with broken toe and all. And so it looks like Kurt and Shirt and Benjamin stand tall here. Could that be the sign for their matches next week and the week after? We'll find out soon enough.
We will. 84. I mean, look, it's a main event focused sort of product, so it's hard to say. Let's see. 92 is what you've got to beat.
Yeah, like 96 would be alright. 86,
I mean, 96 would be very good, wouldn't it? That's fair. Smackdown gets an 85. Okay, so look, let's before we go too much further, let's just talk about the fact that finally,
you've beaten me.
Monday Night Raw wins a month. It's 5 months it's taken me.
Gotta be honest though, I mean, gotta love it though, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, it's fine.
It's still not a bad show. The main event's let you down, right? The main event.
But to be fair, it was it obviously has. I don't know what I'm saying.
I thought your main event could have got like an 87, 86.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, but with the injury, the lack of chemistry, it brought the face team down, and everything else in the show was pretty good. You have a better main event, you're close to the 92, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I think that seems to be my thing recently. That's fine because obviously, kind of trying some new things out. It looks like this is a more calculated risk, trying some new things. I think the Edge thing, as you were right, kind of it's hit and miss with him at the moment, so kind of worries me for next week.
Let's before we go to next week, and I'm going to cleverly edit this. Let's see what Kurt Angle's injury is. Let's find out. He can work through it, and it's only 4 days. You're safe, Stu. You are safe.
Whoa! Oh God, I was actually panicking there because it's like, what's what I'm for? Like my show, I booked. Obviously, I'm not giving anything away. We actually got. I think it's got potential to be a really good show. So if that like he got an injury, he's out for the game, it's like just complete taboos my whole thing. But it isn't. So we averted that problem. So So what I can say, obviously, I don't know if I said it now. Like, congratulations, man! You did it. Finally did it. So congrats.
Thank you.